Have you had any work done? Yes, I have, and I've really been open about every single thing. I think plastic surgery is a really good thing for those that just have something that really makes them unhappy, really makes them uncomfortable, and they need it for their mental health, their self-care. Do I think there's a fine line? Yes, I think there's a real big fine line when you start to change yourself so drastically that you don't even look like yourself. So what have I gotten done? I've gotten multiple work done on my breast. I was born with a genetic deformity. I had no idea until I hit puberty, and then I was told that I needed my first surgery after the age of 22, because by then I would have been fully done developed. My breasts are not perfect. They're far better than where they were, and it was never about perfection. Ooh, I had a phone call. I don't know where I am, but it was never about perfection. It was always about correcting this deformity, which I think now it's 3% of the world population has it. So it means it's not uncommon, but it's not common. It's called an anomaly. It's called tuberous breast. And I was informed when I was a teenager that I would require multiple surgeries, and they basically reconstruct the pocket, create pockets, it's a bunch of things, and I think I might do one more. I think I might need one more. It's this one. This one's always been a little bit tricky. It's gotten a little bit better, more rounded out. It's a little bit on the square end. I mean, you might not see it, but I see it, and I think it's getting warm now. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna do one of these because it's getting hot in here. Okay, that's that, multiple surgeries. I had a labiaplasty. Now, I did a whole podcast, I did a whole Q&A, I did a whole thing on here on my YouTube about it. I'll be transparent. The first time that I saw myself down there with the mirror, I was somewhere in my like 21. I don't know what brought me to curiosity, but I did, and I saw it, and I like was like, oh my God, I'm so, like, not only am I abnormal here, I'm abnormal there, because it didn't look like the textbook. Now, mind you, my silly, naive, innocent brain, when I saw like anatomy drawings on textbook, like it just is like the Barbie and the Ken flat. So I'm like, oh my God, something's wrong with me. Turns out that I had lips, and I remember showing my best friend Teresa at the time in her car, bad, poor lighting, just street lighting. It was in the middle of the night, and she's laughing because she's like, you have what everybody pretty much has, like their lips. But I did not like them. I was so insecure about it. I remember like all my boyfriends that I've had, which is what the 4 before my last, they didn't care. They never made me feel uncomfortable. They always wanted to go down on me, and I was like, no. But they did, but I was so in my head, and they were loving it, and they were like, oh, into it, and you know how guys are, you know, the ones that love to please. Like, I'm a pleaser, I love to please, so I totally know that, you know, but I didn't want to take that away from them. But the only part that didn't register in sync was, it was hard for me to climax. I don't think I ever did, but maybe 2 or 3 times. And I'm not gonna say with whom, because I don't know who's watching and I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but girls can act. No, and so I had wondered if there was ever like surgery possible, and I talked about it with like my last 2 prior to my last, and they were like, no, absolutely not, you don't need that, you're beautiful, I love you how you are, all that stuff. And I'm telling you, like my last relationship, I really don't know, because to be fair, I was really head over heels in love with him, and I think a lot of it had to do with like, oh, if I show him that I love him without conditions, because that's how I love without condition, he's going to love me without condition and appreciate me so much, because, you know, this person has like everything I'm looking for, a family, you know, that is together, and, you know, a good career. He's an artist as well as me. Like, there were just so many things I was like, oh yes, and he's down for the count with this, and he's vibing with it, and like, I just, it just seemed great. But the thing is, I realized that there were things that he triggered a lot of things in me, opened up new insecurities, and it's not so much his fault because I actually, part of it was because I tried to verbalize and be vulnerable and communicate, which is why if a guy can't, I'm just like, fuera, get out of here. Long story short, I had told him I wanted to get it done. He was supportive of it. Okay, cool. You know, since you don't go down on me, you only did but once, I'm like, maybe this is gonna change things. And it never did. It never did. He had only gone down on me one time. And I will say that now that I feel secure with my body after the surgery, labiaplasty is when they cut extra skin and make it smaller, not tighten your vagina. Totally different, totally different. My vagina is very tight, no problem with that. No one's ever complained. No one's ever complained, period. But so I have had oral sex. Someone's gone down on me since there, and wow, there's something when you're in it, and you know, someone that also loves to please, and you're like no longer conscious about like your bottom, like labias, your lips, and I came so hard. It was so good. So good. What else? Oh, so I had this thing called upper eyelid surgery. There's like a real actual like surgical terminology. It is not the cat thing. It's not changing the eye shape at all. I've always had really, you know, chinky cat eye shape. What it did was it removed a little bit of my extra skin. I literally have an astigmatism, but I also had extra skin here that caused my eye to be a little lazy looking. So I would always do this. Okay, I'm gonna show you. So I would always, because my face is super relaxed. It's been, I relax. I have no Botox. I need it. Oh my God. I haven't done it for almost a year. So I would do this. I would raise my eyebrows like that and keep my face like this. Always. Just so I can lift this part. Now I don't have to do that. Like, this is me relaxed. Hold on, let me see. This is me relaxed. Yeah, they're even, and I still have astigmatism, but that's that. I do want to do something with my body down the road as I get older. You know, I have muscle. I do. But there's things that like the skin and genetics, and let me fix my hair. I want to do like a skin tightening thing. I've been doing non-invasive stuff and it works, but it's temporary. And I don't have the time to go every month to do it or every week to do it, which some of the treatments require that. So I want to see what I can do for my skin, for my arms, so that you can see the tonality of them and not be, you know, so puffy. I want to do the tightening of my midsection, because I have my abs, but like the thing is, like, between aging and putting my body through a lot of things like bodybuilding and changing the shape of my body, my physique, it's caused my skin elasticity is something you can't fight. So I want to kind of get like something tightening, so it's tight to the muscle, it's tight to where I've lost weight. I also want to do something down the line. Maybe it's like a mini face thing, because I don't like, I want maybe like a little lift so that I don't have to do Botox. Yeah. And oh yeah, something with the I want to do this. I want to do something right here. I've been getting Botox under my neck to prevent these things from coming out. I'm due. But I know that there's like a tightening thing. So that's what I want to do. And when I do it, I will be more than happy to share with whom and where. I am not shy of sharing this information.